This is Local 15 Today.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Darwin Singleton.
And I'm Kelly Foster. Thank you for joining us for Local 15 Today. We continue with breaking news this morning of the discovery of a body in Greene County, Mississippi. Police believe the body is of missing teen, 16-year-old Brian Parker of Sims.
Meanwhile, a Mobile man who was last seen on store security camera with Parker remains in jail this morning. Investigators are looking to see if 22-year-old Matthew Moberg is connected to Parker's disappearance. Local 15's Lance Crawford has more on last night's search and discovery.
Authorities from Alabama and Mississippi spent most of Wednesday searching an area north of Loosedale off New Highway 63 for missing teen Brian Parker when they made a grisly discovery.
Shortly before 6 p.m., one of the investigators involved in the search discovered human remains about 100 yards off the road across the street from us.
Parker hadn't been seen in more than a week when he was spotted with 22-year-old Matthew Moberg, who's now a suspect in the case. The clothes on the body match those worn by Parker the last time he was seen.
We feel confident that that's who the body is.
And because of the location of the body, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is now the lead agency in this case, and they will be handling it from here. In Greene County, Mississippi, Lance Crawford, Local 15 News.
Okay, important to remember that the body has not yet been positively identified. Now, we're going to continue to follow this story all day today. New developments are expected later today, and we will have them for you both on air and online just as soon as they become available. Well, Kelly Foster is joining us now in the Weather Center, and it looks like another rainy day today, Kelly, as we prepare for another rainy weekend.
That's right, Darwin. Welcome to June, everybody, and welcome to the official start of the 2017 Atlantic hurricane season. More splashes of rain popping up this morning. Here's a look at the live pinpoint Doppler, and you can see right now in Mobile we are getting a rain break, but our coastal area is still dealing with those showers. And keep in mind, it's the start of red snapper season, so we're going to be watching our beaches extremely close, and right now you can see we are looking at some light showers across the area. Now we're going to continue to watch moisture that's going to continue to pull into our area from the west. Plus, out in the Pacific, they're looking at 2E, which is the second tropical depression out in the eastern Pacific. And this is going to be crossing over Mexico, and this is definitely going to weaken, but it could sling more moisture our way as we head into the upcoming weekend. So today, umbrella and rain boots. You'll need both. Here's your hour by hour. 71 at 7, 81 at lunch. We'll move up 10 degrees there. 84 at 3 o'clock. That will be your high today. And by 5 o'clock strive, we're going to be in the low 80s. I'll let you know when sunshine is finally going to make an appearance. And we'll talk about the hurricane predictions for the 2017 Atlantic season. Here's a look at traffic for you this morning. And roads are still going to be slick. I had to have my wipers on off and on my way in to work this morning, and you will as well. So be careful out there. Darwin.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Road rage violence happening now. Mobile police are currently searching for the woman they believe opened fire on a driver in broad daylight in Midtown.
The incident happened around 9 a.m. Wednesday morning on Government and Houston streets. The victim, Wayne Dean Jr. of Mobile, shot in the arm, and according to what the victim told a witness, he was shot after he accidentally cut someone off.
Said he pulled up near the cannon on Government Street. Said he might have cut somebody off, so he tried to throw his hand up, gesture and say sorry, and said he was shot from there.
No vehicle description has been released.
Also happening right now, sheriff's deputies are looking for the person responsible for breaking into several cars in the Sims community. Take a look at this video of one of those suspects in action. But this wasn't the only break-in. Residents say dozens of cars have been ransacked in the past couple of months in the Winchester neighborhood, the Harmony Ridge area, and nearby subdivisions.
Mayor Karen Wilson under fire again. A second complaint filed against the Fairhope mayor. According to City Council President Jack Burrell, the complaint was filed last week. Details have not been released. The first complaint filed against Wilson was a complaint of assault, accusing the mayor of harassment. According to Gulf Coast News Today, Wilson screamed obscenities at a human resource director, Pandora Heathco, then violently shook her. Wilson maintains the claims in that complaint are not true. A Bruton man in jail this morning after deputies say he left two babies home alone. Timothy Dees arrested Wednesday by Escambia County deputies. He's charged with torture or willful abuse of a child. Officials say that they went to the house to serve a felony warrant around midnight for someone they thought was there. But when they arrived, they found 2 children sleeping inside the home. No adults were present.
These kids were left in a very dangerous and vulnerable situation. The door was open, it was unsecure. Anything or anybody could have went in and out.
Deputies say DHR located the mother who was at work, and she said she left the children with Dees, who is her friend. Today marks the beginning of the 2017 Atlantic hurricane season. For the next 6 months, named hurricanes could play a vital or prominent role in our weather forecast. Today, Secretary of Homeland Security John Kelly will visit the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. Kelly joins Florida Governor Rick Scott, officials from NOAA and FEMA for briefings on this year's Atlantic hurricane season. And Local 15 is getting you ready for hurricane season. This evening, our hurricane special, Surviving the Storm, will air. Myself, along with the rest of our weather team, will show you how to keep your home and family safe during the season. We'll also provide an in-depth look at how hurricane hunters help forecasters track storms. The special airs tonight at 6:30 right here on Local 15. We will then re-air our special tonight at 9:30 on our sister station WJTC.
In political news this morning, President Donald Trump will announce his decision today on whether to continue participating in the Paris Accord. During his campaign, candidate Trump promised to withdraw the U.S. from the Paris Agreement that President Obama signed in 2015. The president says the agreement gets in the way of creating jobs, particularly in the coal mining industry. However, corporate leaders, foreign heads of state, and even some in the president's own administration are urging him to stick with the climate agreement. Mr. Trump is scheduled to reveal his decision this afternoon. Joe Biden for president? Well, the former vice president's launching a political action committee, which is fueling speculation for his bid for president in 2020. Biden has put out a string of mixed signals in recent months, and that makes predicting his intentions difficult. In the past, Biden has expressed regret that he did not run in 2016, saying he thought he was a great candidate. Last month, he specifically said he was not running, but earlier this month, the 74-year-old softened that stance to say he'd likely not run.
You know, Comey was more than happy to talk about my emails, but he wouldn't talk about investigation of the Russians.
Hillary Clinton opening up once again about what led to her defeat in the 2016 presidential election. Why Clinton says that although her private email server was to blame, the real culprit is FBI Director James Comey.
And watch out for that skimmer. A warning for all of you who use the ATM. Crooks are doing any and everything they can to steal your cash. The quick things you need to look for the next time you walk up to that machine.
Dozens of teenagers in Mobile received a well-deserved surprise. Coming up in our 6 a.m. hour, why Mayor Sandy Stimpson chose to give them a call.
5:08 a.m. Your hour by hour shows we are going to be walking through downpours. Once again, you'll need the rain boots and the umbrella just like that puddle duck as you head out at 7, 71, 81 noon, and 84 will be your Thursday afternoon high. Stay close.
Named Best Newscast in the State by the Alabama Broadcasters Association. Local 15 weather with meteorologist Kelly Foster.
Good Friday Eve, everybody. We are still trapped with this wet go of it, this unsettled pattern, not changing much. Right now we're getting a rain break in Mobile, showers offshore, and keep in mind this is the start of red snapper season. We're in a brand new month and we've got hurricane season 2017 kicking off. We've already had our first named storm. Remember, that was Arlene, happened in April, well before hurricane season happened, and the next name up will be Brett. We'll show you those names coming up, but here's a look at what we've got going on. Very saturated air mass. We've got our atmosphere loaded with tropical moisture that continues to surge in from the south and west, and you can see right now there's not going to be much change. Our weather pattern remaining on repeat as we head on into your Thursday, same for Friday and into the first weekend of June. Meanwhile, no surprise that we're at the official start of the Atlantic hurricane season, but in the Pacific, they're looking at their second tropical depression, 2E, E because it's in the eastern Pacific, and it's moving across southern Mexico, and it's going to be moving over very mountainous terrain, but some of this moisture is going to be moving into the Gulf of Mexico and could get dragged into our Gulf Coast area. So that's why our weather pattern is going to be staying soggy. And here's a look at the 2017 hurricane names. We've already had Arlene. Next name up is Brett, Cindy, Dawn, Emily, Franklin. and hopefully we're not going to get past this first column here. Hopefully we're not going to even get to Brett, but we know we will. The tropics are heating up. And in fact, speaking of the outlook for the season, here's a look at NOAA's prediction. They're actually predicting an above normal season. They believe we're going to have about 11 to 17 named storms, 5 to 9 of those becoming hurricanes, 2 to 4 becoming major hurricanes. And here's a look at the 30-year average, typically 12, 6 hurricanes and 4 major. So NOAA is predicting an above average season. Meanwhile, Colorado state forecasters predicting slightly below average. They're predicting 11 named storms, 4 of those becoming hurricanes and 2 becoming major hurricanes. So hopefully CSU will be more on target. Here's where we typically see tropical development. Here's a look at our hurricane climatology for the month of June. Gulf of Mexico, Northern Caribbean, and the Eastern Seaboard. So we'll be watching all these zones very closely and really every inch of the tropical Atlantic. So the weather on repeat, slow moving storm system. Hour by hour shows showers at 7. We'll continue with that at noon, and then coastal showers popping up really all the way through the upcoming weekend. And again, we've got red snapper season. And as far as rain totals, we could be picking up in spots about an inch of rain. Here's a look at your 7-day, and sunshine makes a comeback on Wednesday, finally. So we will begin to get those sunglasses out, and hopefully you haven't lost yours, because it's been a while.
It's been a while. I'm not quite sure where mine are. Thanks, Kelly. A worldwide drug operation involving the state of Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, and all 47 other states. This morning, federal investigators releasing new information on the extent of a Utah drug ring responsible for selling fentanyl to millions of buyers.
And teen driving dangers. While it may be the season of fun and the sun, it's also the most deadly time of the year for teen drivers. The simple but crucial message AAA is hoping will linger in the minds of parents and their teens.